Yo, welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the highly anticipated debut of Shannon Sharpe, a.k.a. Uncle Shay Shay from the Shay Shay Podcast, now streaming on the Volume Podcast. It was highly anticipated. We'll get off into it. And like I said, I always appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Appreciate everybody that's supporting the podcast. Just, tell a friend to tell a friend. Like I always say, you know what my mantra is, tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for somebody else. Please like the podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like, comment, and share. Turn on the post notifications so you'll get notified every time the Simply Ball drops a hot banger. And like I said, I see everybody in the comments, hashtag salute. I respond to all the comments. I like the, audience engagement. So guys, keep doing what you're doing. Keep supporting the channel. And like I say, before we get the show started, I always say, DJ, kick the beat.
Yeah. Simply Ball dropping. What's up, family? K-Sap, we up. Ain't no stopping. I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve, making you haters believe I'm the MVP. Ask Mr. V and R&B, they do all sports, whether it's on the field or the court, from the arena to the ring. What? You want to swing? I rope a dope like the one on this boxing thing. That's a punchline. I'm the greatest of all times. Got something on your mind? Hit us up on the line for that round table talk. Ask B Hunt and Sheena and K-Sap 2 for their views on our dudes. Marriage Chronicles for you lovers. Oh, I'm married to the game. The championships, the only time I want to ring. K-Sap, the man behind the mic. Check 1, 2. It ain't a rap until I say it's a rap. Just fall through. Pull up the hottest pod smoking. Yeah, I got you open. This freestyle brought to you by James Ford. Paid promotion. Yeah. Simply Ball dropping. You know what time it is. Pull up. Chop it up with your family, man. K-Sap, what up?
And now, your host of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the man behind the mic, K-Sap.
Yo, appreciate my man James IV for the hot intro. Yes, in today's show, we're going to be talking about the highly anticipated debut of Shannon Sharpe on First Take this morning on ESPN. This is coming off of a 2-month hiatus. He's back on the set. If you guys recently tuned into the podcast, we talked about the highly anticipated new Undisputed that debuted last week. And that show with the new format, with the new cast of guys and the new people that's on there, a lot of comments, a lot of reviews on that as well. A lot of people gave it rave reviews. A lot of people was 50-50. But the ratings show in their first week that their ratings was down compared to First Take. And that's before Shannon Sharpe got on the show today. So today we're going to be talking about the highly anticipated return of Shannon Sharpe on First Take. First Take debuted this morning. Shannon Sharpe came on. Stephen A gave him a nice intro, with his sergeant hat. They was going back and forth. Them two guys, they just mesh well together. If you guys recently tuned in to Club Shay Shay, he did his first podcast on the Volume, and his first guest was Stephen A Smith. And them two, they just have good camaraderie, man, and good. They flow off of each other real well, and they let each other get out their points. Like Stephen A, when Shannon is talking, if you looked at the podcast and from recent times that, Shannon Sharpe, appeared on First Take back in the days when he was one of the NFL analysts that he came on and he spoke NFL. It's like them guys would let each other get things out without over talking them and let them get their points across. And that's no different, man. If you sat there and listened to the Club Shay Shay podcast when he had Stephen A. Smith on, it went for about 2 hours, man. And when you go for 2 hours like that, when you can just sit there and have a conversation and let guys get their points across and you're debating things, it runs smooth. And what I took out of that and what we can, anticipate on this new First Take is, them guys can debate some topics. But what I took out of that, looking at Club Shay Shay, out of that podcast, this time around, it's not like in the past when Shannon Sharpe was with Skip Bayless on Undisputed. Shannon Sharpe is going to have his hands full with Stephen A. Smith. A lot of people, don't give Stephen A. Smith a lot of credit for things that, he talks about and the knowledge that he has. Like Stephen A. Smith said, he's in the know about a lot of things, man. He has circles of, sources that, we don't know about. I mean, he's in the loop, man. He's in the know, man. I mean, he's in the know with the NFL characters. He's in the know with the NBA characters. He has a whole group that he is surrounded with where he gets information, and some of the stuff that he breaks is, good stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from a highly, recognizable source. Stephen A. don't put out fake news. When he speaks about something, he stands on it, and he firmly believes when he speaks about it, that it's true. It's been times that, how Stephen A. Smith used to dig deep into Kevin Durant because he knew Kevin Durant's circle, and then Kevin Durant on his burner account would always come out and say, where are you getting that information from? Stephen A. was getting it from a highly, acclaimed, source inside of Kevin Durant's circle. But that's either here nor there. But what I'm trying to say is with Stephen A. and Shannon Sharpe, these guys both have a lot of knowledge. And like I said, over the years, the 7 years that, Shannon was on Undisputed, he gained a lot of knowledge about basketball. He's just not no one-trick pony. He can talk football and he can talk basketball as well. But, the podcast that he did on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith, that was a great segment. Like I said, it went for 2 hours, and it's just the camaraderie and the respect that these guys have for each other. They touched on a lot of things. If y'all haven't seen that podcast, go look up Club Shay Shay and look at the podcast with Stephen A. and Shannon Sharpe, and they revealed a lot of things. But I'm going to play a clip, and then we're going to come back and we're going to get off into it. And this is what I think about what's going on from what I took from this podcast. So take a listen.
You with Shannon Sharpe about the facts of football. You don't do that. Not if you didn't play.
Right.
Oh, no. Oh, please, you got no shot. But you can go like this. You know something? It's really nice. I heard what you said. But you see, you said this 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. That's not consistent with what I just heard. I mean, you saw this game right there. Now, I'm not you, but damn it, I got 2 eyes.
Right.
I saw that. Are you telling me what I saw was a lie? Really? You're sure about that? Well, didn't you say this a year ago? You see, these are the kind of things, like, you obviously, you love yourself some LeBron James.
Yeah. You know they're going to happen. He to go. He to go.
He's not.
Say it with me.
He's not.
He to go.
He's not. I just got off the phone with MJ last night just to remind him.
You should have hung up on him.
I hung up on MJ.
Yeah. Say to go.
The blasphemy coming out of your mouth right now. Okay, it's okay. You can believe that. You can believe that.
The man still going strong at 21. But we'll do. I'm sure. You know what?
Right.
The first LeBron topic don't need to be nobody. Need to be nobody there.
Here's what's gonna hurt you. Because you see, when you talking like that, people are like, but that. No, I'm gonna sit back and let you talk, and then I'm gonna say, you finished? Are you sure?
No.
And then you're gonna be like, nah, and I'm gonna say, you gotta wait now, because I waited. Here I come, and you're gonna have to deal with the tsunami that I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna rain down upon you when it comes, especially to that subject. Especially to that subject. And that's where you're gonna have to say, listen, LeBron, I got this man. The game was started in 1947.
Man.
I got LeBron James, the thousands of players that have played in the NBA. I got him number 2 all time.
Yeah.
You got people walking around like that's disrespect.
It is.
I got them. No, see, that's emotion. That's emotion right there. That's emotion right there. Listen, let me tell you something right now. I personally believe a legitimate argument could be made that I'm sitting in front of the greatest tight end.
Wow, that was interesting. That was interesting. And that goes to show that they have good camaraderie. And when it comes to this LeBron James debate, when it comes up on the show, they gave you a full insight on the podcast. And Stephen A is going to stand firm on what he believes in LeBron James being the second greatest player to ever play the basketball game, which is fair. And the crazy thing about it is Shannon's beliefs about LeBron, he thinks he's the GOAT. So when that topic comes up on First Take, it's going to be great for TV. It's going to be great for TV because both of them guys are going to stand firm on what they believe in. But what I like about when they debate with LeBron, it's none of this hate that was coming from the way of Skip Bayless on how he debated about LeBron, about the clutch gene and things like that. And he can't do this and the phony GOAT and all this. Stephen A is sitting back, letting Shannon Sharpe get his points across and respecting his points and the way he's, displaying his, soliloquy across. And he's not bashing LeBron. It's just that Stephen A is standing firm on what he believes in about LeBron being the second greatest player to ever play the game. And that's respect. So when that topic comes up, when them two go at it, Shannon Sharpe going to have his hands full. If it's any inkling of what we saw on that podcast, Shannon got his hands full. And over the years, man, Stephen A has really got accustomed to being comfortable talking about any topic. But today's show, when Shannon Sharpe came on, Shannon was I thought that Shannon was a little rusty. You know what I'm saying? 2 months off because in certain parts he was calling Stephen A Skip. And Stephen A was like, that's okay. You're a little rusty. You've been away for a while. But then he started getting his mojo together. He started getting his swag back. But them two guys that went on for an hour debating some things, there was some hot topics about quarterback play and who has the most pressure. And, Stephen A was talking about that got the most pressure. But hey, what's your name said, Shannon Sharpe said it's Aaron Rodgers. You're a bad man, talking about that to Stephen A. So when them guys start to debate stuff, it's going to be highly interesting, man. And today's show, Shannon almost broke the internet, just being on that show because it was highly anticipated and everybody was tuned in. So it's kind of crazy that, over this past weekend, we had Deion Sanders from the Colorado Buffaloes, put the whole college, football scene on notice. Then you got Shannon Sharpe breaking in on ESPN on the new First Take. It's just great for TV, man. So the sports world is blazing right now. And Shannon did well, man. Once he got himself together, man, he started, breaking it down like he never left before. So, but them two guys, what I like about it is, when Shannon is talking, Stephen A is sitting back listening, just shaking his head. He's not interrupting, getting mad and belligerent, disrespecting him just to get a point across. He lets him get out everything that he needs to get out. And then he waits for his turn. He don't interject. He don't intervene. He lets everybody get their point across. And what I like about what Molly did today, she was the perfect moderator. But at one point, I wish Molly would have let them cook when they was talking about, the quarterback position. I just thought that she should have let them cook for a little bit longer, but she's doing her job. She's moderating that, keeping everything kosher. But overall, man, you guys let me know what y'all think about today's show. And it was only day one, but today's one, if you look at their YouTube channel, First Take, man, their videos over 1 million views, man. So it was highly anticipated. And it was great the way they broke it in because of the fact that you did a podcast with Stephen A on Club Shay Shay to get everybody excited about it. The news was out, but people was excited to see, Shannon Sharpe come on First Take. But that podcast set it up and that started, picking up steam, man. It was a great promotion up into today's episode. But I just think that Shannon Sharpe got his hands full now. He got his hands full. Yeah, he got his hands full with Stephen A, man. But it's going to be great, man. And I think First Take, I think they're going to keep their ratings, man. After the Day Show, I think the ratings is still going to be high. The ratings probably went through the roof after the Day Show because it was highly anticipated. And it wasn't a lot of chaos like when Undisputed's first day. It was a lot of chaos, I felt a lot of disorganization, you know, to get the guys in position where they could talk. It's just like they was just over talking each other. But today's show, you could understand the points where Stephen A was making and what Shannon Sharpe was making. Molly did, like I said, Molly did a great job. Kudos to her. She did a great job moderating the thing. But like I said, man, it's going to be interesting, man. I think First Take, man, with this football season coming up, with two guys that have a lot of knowledge for football. And I don't think it's just going to be all about the Cowboys each week. Like if you notice on First Take, you know, their formats is different. You got different guys from the football world coming in talking about different teams. It's not just centered around the Cowboys. If you go back and look at Undisputed on the years prior, Skip would always make it, you know, about the Cowboys. And they was talking about the Cowboys every day. Their topics was the Cowboys and LeBron James. Even when football season was going on, Skip would make it, you know, his business to bring LeBron up in there because of a tweet that he saw of LeBron James. I don't think First Take is going to do things like that. I think First Take is going to stay with the script. They're going to bring guys in and talk about all the football teams. It's not just going to be all about the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Undisputed, I don't know the program director on what they have in the clips on what they're going to talk about, but it just seemed that every day it had something to do with the Cowboys and LeBron James. And a lot of people said that in the past. Even Paul Pierce said a lot of shows we had to talk about LeBron. A lot of people said we always had to talk about the Cowboys. So with this show, with the new First Take, I'm not going to say the new First Take, with the new person on board with First Take, it's going to be very interesting, man. And I like what, you know, Shannon Sharpe brings to the table, man. And I just think them guys click. They feed off of each other, and things are going to be great over there at First Take. So today's show, if there's any inkling on how it's going to be this football season, this college football season, it's going to be great for TV. And like I always say, man, the show has been sponsored by...
This episode is sponsored by True Choice Insurance. Here at True Choice, we take a different philosophy when it comes to providing you with your insurance options. We emphasize the value of the products we offer, instead of playing on the fear of you not being protected in your time of need. True Choice is affiliated with more than 60 insurance companies. This makes us one of the most independent agencies in the state of Texas. Please visit TrueChoiceInsurance.com for all your insurance needs.
Boho Chic Boutique is dedicated to the lovers of fashion, specializing in bohemian chic handbags, accessories, and personal shopping. Visit Boho Chic Boutique at bohochictx.com. BOHOCHICTX.com.
Yeah, appreciate to my man Brian Kelly over there at True Choice Insurance, man. If you guys get with him for all your insurance needs, also Boho Chic Boutique for your handbags and jewelries and all your accessories. So guys, man, I want y'all to let me know down in the comments what y'all think about today's show. First Take with Shannon Sharpe, highly anticipated. His debut was today. Great show. The ratings are probably going to be off the roof, but from what I saw combing through the internet and things like that, Shannon Sharpe almost broke the internet with his debut today. So guys, let me know what you think, man. And like I said, I appreciate everybody that's rocking with me. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Appreciate all the support. But for you guys that are not following the podcast, follow us at YouTube at Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Also, for all your merch and all your stuff, you can go to www.simplyballdropping.com. Also, follow us on our IG page. That's Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. And like I said, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Appreciate all the support. And like I said, my mantra is tell a friend to tell a friend. And Might not be for you, but it might be for somebody else. But that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Gonna catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.